Okay, good morning, grade 5. Today our lesson is about adjectives and articles. Adjectives and articles. Today we will learn about adjectives and article. Also, you'll be able to identify the different types of adjectives. Now, what do I mean by adjective? Adjective, girls, is a word that describes a noun or a pronoun. Adjective is a word that describes a noun or a pronoun. When we are describing, for example, Tara wore a beautiful hat. Tara wore a beautiful hat. Here we are describing the hat is what? Beautiful. So beautiful is the adjective and hat is the noun. Hat is the noun and beautiful is the adjective. So always in adjective, we are describing what? We are describing the noun. Okay. An adjective usually comes before the word it describes, and sometimes it can also follow the noun or the pronoun. So sometimes the adjective comes before the noun, and sometimes the adjective comes after the noun. Sometimes the adjective comes before the noun, and sometimes after the noun. Let's see some examples here. The blue sea. The blue sea. Where is the noun here? We are talking about the sea. Sea is the noun. I'm describing the sea, that the color of the sea is blue. So the noun is sea and the adjective is blue. And here the adjective came before the noun. Notice here before the noun. Now, the sea is blue. The sea is blue. We are describing here the sea. The sea is the noun. We are describing that the sea is blue. Blue is the adjective here. And blue came after the noun. Now, girls, when we want to talk about adjectives, we answer the adjective by using 3 questions. So describe nouns by answering one of these 3 questions. What kind? How many? Which one? What kind? How many? Which one? You must remember those 3 questions that we ask about the adjectives by asking those 3 questions. What kind? How many? Which one? In what kind, we will mention sometimes color or shape, sound, taste, touch, or smell. In how many, we have numbers here. Which one? This one, last week, other. Now, let's see some examples. Gigantic white iceberg. I'm describing the iceberg here, that it's what? Gigantic and also white. This is what kind? What kind of iceberg? What kind of iceberg? The white one or the gigantic one. Tall girl. Tall girl. What kind of girls? The tall one. What kind of girls? The tall one. So here we are asking by using what kind. Question number 2, how many? In how many, there is numbers, more than one or one. Numerous iceberg. Numerous iceberg. Now, here we have number, numerous, a lot. Several, also several, a lot. Several chances. Several chances. How many chances? How many chances? Several. Several chances. How many icebergs? Numerous. Okay. Now, the last question. Which one? Which one? Which town? This town. Which week? Last week. So, when we want to ask about the adjective, we can answer by using those 3 questions. What kind? How many? And which one? Now, let's talk about another type of adjective. We call it article. Remember the articles? Articles are a and the. A and the. When do we use a? When do we use an? And when do we use the? Now, a, an, and the appear before nouns or other adjectives. So the an, a, and the appears before nouns or adjectives. Now, use a before singular words, always, girls. A and an, we use it before singular nouns. We use a before singular noun, and we use an also before singular noun. So use a before singular words or singular noun that begin with a consonant. We use a when we have consonants. I need a phone. Look here, the phone here is what? The P is the consonant. So we will use a. It's not correct to use an. I need an phone? No, because we have what consonant here. Now, use an before singular words that begin with a vowel sound or silent H. So we use an when we have vowel sound or silent H. Like what? I need an hour. I need an hour. Look here, hour. The H here is what? Is silent H. The H here is silent H. I need an hour. I need an umbrella. Why did I use an? I didn't use a. Because umbrella starts with what? With vowel sound U. The vowel sound U. This is why I'm using an. So and an, we use a and an when we have singular noun, and also a with consonant, and an with vowel sound or silent H. Now, when do we use the? We use the with both singular and plural noun. The, we use the with singular and plural noun in the same time. You'll tell me, teacher, how I will know the difference if I will use a or if I will use the? We use the, girls, with specific things. We use the with specific and unique things. Okay? But we use a when we have what? When we don't have a specific thing. Clear? When we are talking about certain thing, we use the. But if we are talking in general, we use a. Don't forget that. So use the with both singular and plural nouns. Can you give me the book on the table? Or we can say also, can you give me the books on the table? So, a, and the, we call them articles. Now, let's talk about the proper adjectives. Proper adjectives. Before we talk about the proper adjective, do you remember the proper noun? Proper noun and common noun. Common noun and proper noun. What do I mean by common and proper? Common, when we are mentioning a name of something like school, we are not mentioning which school. So this is common noun. School, chocolate, for example, country. I'm not mentioning a name of something exactly, which kind of chocolate or which school. So this is common noun. But when I say to you Millennium Star School, this is a proper noun. When I'm saying to you Egypt, this is a proper noun. I'm mentioning the name of this noun. So proper noun. What is the relation between proper noun and proper adjectives? Proper adjectives are formed from a proper noun. So we make the proper adjective from the proper nouns. Again, we make the proper adjective from the proper noun. Like like this example. The proper noun here is Japan, Egypt, Mexico. How I can make it proper adjective? Japan, it will become Japanese. Egypt, how I will make it proper adjective? Egyptian. Mexico, Mexican. The same for the rest of the countries. Clear? So this is how we make the proper noun proper adjectives. Clear, class? Now, before we answer the questions, let's watch this video quickly. Then we can continue the question. Okay.
We like it. We like those adjectives. We like it. We like those adjectives. An adjective is simple. It describes a noun. Like Carlos is silly or his coat is brown. Now Carlos was hungry, so he had a bite to eat at a Chinese restaurant just up the street. There's a proper adjective in that sentence there. A Chinese describes the restaurant, use capital C of square. A proper adjective is formed from the name of a person, place, or thing. It's capitalized just like a proper noun, like American, French, or Texan. We like it. We like those adjectives. We like it. We like those adjectives. Get down, get funky, start using proper adjectives. Get down, get funky. Now Carlos is tall. He's taller than his brother. He got his height from his dad, definitely not from his mother. There's comparative adjective in that sentence there. Taller compares two things. The brothers, they're a pair. A comparative adjective.
Okay, we didn't study comparative adjectives yet, so let's stop here. I need you to open your book, page number 330. Open your books, page 330. Open your books, page 330, 330. Who's laughing? You didn't like the song?
No, it's nice. He was like singing it in a funny way.
Oh, yes, sure. So you can remember it later.
Yes.
Sorry. Ready? Now, underline
teacher.
the articles and circle the adjective. Underline the articles and circle the adjective. Now, an iceberg is a huge mass of ice that has a broken off from a glacier. Who can tell me where is the adjective and where is the article? Grade 5. Wake up.
Teacher.
Yes, Tulay.
An iceberg is a huge. Yes.
Yeah.
1 minute. Yes, exactly. So, huge is what? Huge is the
Adjective.
adjective. So what we will do here, we will circle please the huge.
Could be.
And where is the who can tell where is the article? We have 3 articles.
And.
And a huge, and a glacier here.
Glacier.
Yes. A large iceberg can weigh 1,000,000 tons and stretch many miles. Where is the adjective here? And where is the articles?
Large.
Large is what? Large is
An adjective.
Now, what else? We have more than one. We have 3 adjectives.
Iceberg.
Million.
Million.
Many.
Very good. Million. What else?
There's a many.
Many. Perfect. Many. I'm sorry, my circles are not that clear. Now, who can tell me where's the articles? And here that's it. In the Atlantic Ocean, most icebergs come from the island of Greenland. Where is the articles here? Articles?
Atlantic.
The article. And also here, the adjective.
Atlantic Ocean.
Atlantic is the noun, girls. How come? Proper noun.
Ocean.
Ocean is the noun also. Most. Yes, most icebergs. Now, next one. Icebergs are made of frozen fresh water. Frozen fresh water. Frozen. And also fresh water. And we don't have articles here. They are beautiful and deadly.
Teacher.
Beautiful and deadly.
Beautiful. Deadly. Now, as they float south, icebergs melt in the warm sun.
As and the
And the article is that. Article is that.
As and
No, float is a verb.
Teacher, number 5 and the article.
No, for sure, and is not article.
And is not.
Now, grade 5.
Teacher, can you go back?
As.
Now, class. Write an, or that to complete the sentence. Some icebergs are carried by wind into Atlantic Ocean. When we have a specific name, what we will use? Da. Very good. Only small part of iceberg is visible above the water. Right. Iceberg is quite impressive to behold. Iceberg is quite impressive to behold. Now, next question, class. We can use any adjective we want. Okay? So any word that suits the sentence, it will be correct. Complete each sentence with an adjective or adjective of your own. The brisk of the ship. What do you think? What you will use here?
Sure.
What do you want? We can mention a name of a country here, by the way.
Titanic.
Yes, please. Here we will use the proper adjective.
Mexico.
Mexico is proper noun.
Mexican.
Mexican. Or for me, I brought for you American, for example. American
Okay.
ship.
Can I write Mexican?
Yes, you can. Why not?
Actually, I wanted to write Titanic. I don't know why.
No, Titanic.
Titanic what?
Titanic is the name of the song. Okay, so the wreck of the American ship lays in what?
The water.
On the ocean floor. Here we will mention number.
Small.
8, teacher. I love 8. The number 8.
8
On
pieces. 8
on
pieces on
55.
the ocean floor, for example.
55. 55.
Now,
Oh my god. Can I write
letter
55?
of belongings tells what? The tale of lost life. If they lost their life, so this story, it will be what?
Deadly.
A letter of belongings tells the story.
I choose sad.
Me too.
Okay. The one ship is now what? Ship on the ocean floor.
The once great ship is now.
Oh, you can, yes. For me, I use new. The once new ship is now what?
Is now
Damaged, broken, something.
dirty. Yes, a broken heap on the floor.
Not into dirty.
Rusty.
You
Which
can
one does
use,
he
why not? Yes, rusty. As I told you, you can use any adjective you want, okay?
Teacher, I'm gonna write broken, okay?
Broken.
Yeah.
Yes, broken. It's okay.
Okay. Now let's complete.
Almost page 357. I'm gonna sorry.
Now let's complete. I told you. And now I need you to open your book, page 374. 374.
What page is that? Open.
374.
Or 70.
Yes.
I'm not reading.
You can check the screen. 374, look.
Okay.
Underline the article and circle the adjective in each sentence.
Adventure?
Now, a few brave adventurers are searching for shipwrecks. Where is the...
Adventure?
Listen. Let's do the article quickly. Where is the article here?
A.
A. What else?
Few. And only.
Only.
Don't write, please. So only A is the article. Now, where is the adverb? A few brave adventurers. Sorry? You and brave, both are what? Are adjective. Now, they dive deep in the surface in search of an exciting find.
Article is an.
Sorry?
Teacher, the.
The. Article the. Now, what is the adjective?
Also article and.
There's two articles, the and an.
On.
The and an.
Yes, the
Yes.
and an.
What is the adjective?
Exciting
Exciting find.
and deep. Deep, teacher.
No. Dive deep. Deep here we are describing a verb. This is adverb. Didn't take it yet. One group of found the treasure of Spanish gallon.
The article is a.
The article.
And a. Now where is the adjective?
Spanish gallon.
Spanish, and we have number here.
One.
Yeah, one.
Good, ya Lujain. The jewels, coin, and other artifacts are priceless.
That is an article.
Priceless.
There is
sorry,
no-
sorry, priceless.
The
Article.
No, teacher, there's a point.
The article is
There's
the.
an article. Yes.
What else? Where is the adjective?
Only.
That's a teacher.
Adjective.
Adjective,
Priceless.
priceless, and others.
How?
Now, 500 years ago, these ships sailed from Mexico loaded with silver and gold.
Wait.
We have
First articles.
we don't have articles. We have adjectives. 500 and these.
Ships.
And these.
Now, write what kind. Listen. Write what. Listen. I'll give you the answers later. Don't write anything. Write what kind, how many, which one. Tell what question. Each underline adjective. Answer about a noun. That's what. What do you think? Answer which question?
Which one? Which one?
Which one?
Teacher, you mute Rahaf.
Okay, I will check quickly. No, I didn't mute anyone.
She muted. Maybe she muted.
Oh, thanks.
I'm
Thanks,
so sorry,
teacher.
girls. Really, I didn't mute you. Maybe you muted yourself.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Now, we don't have time, 10 minutes only. All tour boats pass by.
How many?
All is what?
How many?
How many?
How many? We ask how many for all. Now, the captain explains its tragic wreck.
What kind?
What kind? Exactly. A million tourists have seen it. A million tourists have seen it.
How many?
How many? Million. Some sad songs have been written about it.
What kind?
What kind? Excellent. This song tells about the sailor's wife.
Which one?
Which one? Exactly. Which one? Which song this song tells? Okay. She looked for her
How
husband
many?
for 10 years.
How many?
How many?
How many?
Very good, class. Now, next question.
what is the first one? Number 6. You can write that or a or an.
Listen, no need to write anything. Just please try to figure out the correct answer. Write a or the. To complete each sentence, choose the article that makes sense and follows the rules for articles. Don't forget that we use that for specific things and we use a for general. Okay, and we use a with singular, and when we have consonants, and we use a when we have singular noun with what? With H silent or
Vowel sound.
sound. Excellent, thank you. Have you ever found a real treasure?
And.
I told you the answer. Have you ever found real treasure? Yes, a real treasure. Next one.
Teacher? No, teacher, wait.
A, not an. Teacher, we use an when it's the word
When we
after.
when we have singular noun, not specific noun, and also when we have a vowel sound or H. Now, once I found all books. And very good. And why the? I have here. I didn't mention a specific box. And all books. And all books.
Teacher, it's
Was
a.
buried
Oh, it's a
in-
consonant.
It was also I have a consonant. Yes, it was buried in bushes behind my house.
The.
Yes, because I'm mentioning where bushes behind my house. So
Actually, I finished the whole page.
okay, check if your answers are correct. Inside what box were some rocks?
The box.
Inside the box were some rocks. Very good. It was what disappointing moment.
It was
It was a disappointing
And.
moment. Very good. We can't
Should I
use
double?
and because we have here D and D is a consonant. So it's supposed to be a.
Yes, teacher, I said that.
Later, I found out rocks were valuable.
The. How?
I'm saying to you that those rocks were valuable. So those, da.
No, how? Letter. How can we say letter of and
The rocks were valuable for me. So the valuable rocks. Okay, the valuable rocks. One rock was what? Brave.
what?
Ah.
And last one.
Now, it was amazing experience.
And.
Was an excellent, an amazing experience.
The 16 is the and 17 is a, right?
And.
16, the
17 and.
16. I said to you the and 17. Ah.
Writing.
Wait. Teacher, number 6 is what? I write like everything with number 6.
Number 6, which one?
The right what kind, how many, or which one?
Which one? Number 6 is which one? Okay, class, it's now 9:15. Time's up. Do you have any question for me?
No.
Bye, teacher.
Okay, bye, sweetheart. Bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye, teacher. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye,
teacher. See you tomorrow.
Bye, Mira.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, sweetheart.
Bye, teacher.
From here, leave meeting.
Bye.
Yeah.